Hey, what's up, guys? Another day. It's a nicer day, as you guys can see outside. It's not nice and sunny, not rainy and gloomy as it was yesterday. Shop's a lot cleaner, whether you believe it or not. But I'm gonna start off. I already did a couple measurements in here and there, whatever, and so pretty much the system I came up with was to attach the little table part on here. Was just pretty much putting these two on here, and then these two bars, solid bars, would be welded on the underneath of this plate, and then so I'd be able to slide that in. And this has like a, let me see, this probably has like a little, there it goes, but it slides in nice and snug. Boom, be able to slide that down, cut, use it, whatever, and then slide it right back up, and then I'll be able to take the bandsaw off. So to me, like, that's good. I was gonna see if that would actually be a holder for that too, but no. I was kind of worried whether these would be too short for this or not. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if it's gonna wobble, if it's gonna wiggle, whatever. We'll see. I mean, it's just something just to help me slide stuff in there. But again, as you guys can see, boom, is pretty, it's big enough just to, like I said, I'll probably cut half of this length off right there, so it wouldn't be too huge. But to me, that's good. I could have probably done it this way and made it wider instead of longer, but that way, that's the way it's gonna stay. So that being said, let's keep going. I'm just gonna do a time lapse and show you guys, just go through the motions, just do everything I gotta do, weld that everything up, and then that's it. So follow me on the process. What's up, guys? It's a little cold. So I had a customer come by, and it took me a long time. We ended up talking for a while, but as you saw in the video, excuse me, I was getting this little thing done right here. It actually came out not too bad. Ended up cutting a notch right here because this is kind of a little higher than what it needs to be. Like, the plate was actually resting on top of this, so I ended up cutting that notch. So it came out pretty good. Everything is on there. I just need to, I guess, adjust the height here on the tube, and then I'll probably put like a weld little bead on it so it won't go further down. But TIG welded it. It looks pretty decent. TIG welded. All the welds are really nice and pretty. Look at these right here. I'm not sure that you can see it or not. I don't know, man. With this camera, it's kind of weird looking at welds, because in real life, like, they look really nice. Welded. Everything's TIG welded all the way around. And then, but I wanted to show you. I just want to show you, like, this will come up. Hold on. There you go. And that's it. See, that's not even, I haven't really welded it on there yet completely. I had it just tacked. But that'll come off, and then I could take the whole Porta man out. Yeah, now I could actually take the whole Porta man out off of there, and that's it. And then, like, it's whenever I want to, this one's actually tacked on there better. Whenever I put the Porta man back on there, all I gotta do is put this on. Boom, call it a day, have a table. That way, whenever I go cut material or something, like if I were to, I don't know, whatever, I could just roll this in there and have that stability of having a table on there. And it's nice and sturdy. So, yep, that's what it come up to. I didn't even have to do all this TIG welding, all nice and pretty, whatever, but just decided to do it just because. This might have been overkill, but whatever. It's just, I'm having fun. Some extra material that I had laying around. I have a table now on my bandsaw, on my Porta band. So it's pretty cool, you know. But yeah, that's it. That's to be honest, I was just thinking about something just now, but I can't do that. So I was thinking I could actually cut this around the tube, make it round, and I could actually like bend this out of the way, but I don't want to do all that. Like, if I could just take it out like that, straight up, that's all that's left is the two little tubes, and then I could pull straight up on that Porta man, and the whole Porta man will come out if I gotta do something with it. But boom, slide right in. I'll show you guys what slides in, like right there. Put that in there, and that's it. Slide it in place. Literally that easy. And I mean, it's stable, it doesn't, you know. That's it, that's all I did today. Like I said, the customer was here, we started talking about this header. This header here is supposed to be, I forgot, a June header, which apparently is like from Japan somewhere. And he told me, everybody told me it was a June header. I looked it up, I couldn't find it, and then I saw on the flange, it had like a word on the flange, 3 letters or something like that. Looked that up. It ended up being it ended up being that brand, whatever brand that is. And so this $500 header, it was like $495. And it had the header and then like another pipe, like a mid pipe or something like that. But yeah, for $500, I'm gonna end up redoing the whole header. It's got too many cracks and like a whole bunch of stuff that like unknown stuff, like like I was gonna reuse the piping, the tubing, but like this one right here, you can see it has a, like this right here, like right there, that's a crack all the way. Like this whole thing is a crack. You know, it's look how this thing is cracked there, and it's just you see, it had a crack like here. It's got another crack right there on the weld, and it like the whole thing is like that. I said, you know what? About the best thing I could do for you, I can make you a deal, charge you this much, and just I might be able to use that flange, reuse that flange. And then from there, I'll just make the whole thing brand new again and redo all the little nice little swoops on it and all that stuff, and just redo the whole thing. And he was like, yeah, fine, that's cool. And it's gonna come out of the fender, and it's gonna be like a teardrop coming out of the fender, that nice teardrop kind of exhaust that normally you do on a turbocharged engine, but he's naturally aspirated. A lot of naturally aspirated people do it, but normally they are fully built. He's not. That's what he wants. It is what it is. So that was the only thing I was able to do. I thought I'd be able to do a lot more, but now that I know, I gotta wait on him for some money to be able to get like a 2.5 to 3 inch transition. So that being said, I'm gonna jump to other stuff that I got, like that valve cover and some powder coating I gotta do on this stuff. This is like something for like a motorcycle club or something, and that's a local motorcycle club. Well, they have chapters everywhere else, but anyway, I gotta do some powder coating on that, some sandblasting on the valve cover and powder coating on that too. And that's it for my customer stuff. I might have to do some more powder coating on some other parts for a Mustang, LS powered Mustang, which is pretty cool. It's a good friend of mine. And then once I'm done with that, I jump right back on to this thing. Actually, look, I want to show you guys. This is pretty cool because, so that's the stock. Yeah, it's ugly, it's all dirty and nasty and whatever. It's been sitting outside for months. That's the stock radiator. It's in the stock position right now. So why I say it's pretty cool is because let me show you guys real quick. So I looked at, like, clearance wise, it's got plenty of clearance. It's got like an inch everywhere, so it's got pretty good clearance. About the only bad thing about it is this: if I were to get a aluminum radiator, it would be a lot thicker. That being said, I might just need to cut a little wider on here and make some space for it. And actually, instead of the radiator being here, I'll probably put it here to where it's lined up with this bar, because right now it's behind it. And the only reason why I say that is because, to be honest, even this setup right here is not the best thing, because the fan is on there by itself. It does not even have a fan shroud, as you can see. So essentially, you really want a fan shroud so it'll pull air from the whole radiator, not just from that one spot where the fan is. So essentially, yeah, you definitely want to run a fan shroud. I might be able to fit one on, since I do have like an inch of clearance. I could probably make one like half an inch thick and still have a little bit of clearance there. And we'll see. Two things will depend on that is whether that engine stays cool enough with the stock radiator, and fabrication that I'll probably end up having to do on the water necks, because both of these water necks are on this side, on the driver's side, and the engine, both of them are on the passenger side. The top one I'm not too worried about, because the factory 2JZ, the radiator does the same thing. It crosses over and it goes to here. But the bottom one, I'm not sure whether it does that too. I don't think so. So this one, being that the bottom is all the way over here on the driver's side, it's going to have to do the same thing, cross all the way over, and I kind of don't want to do that. So one or two things, well, I got a few options. Change the radiator to where, or make my own custom radiator. I'll probably buy a core and, do it myself. And I could do that. That's a good option. A lot more expensive, but it'll probably be a lot nicer. I could get it to where I want it with my space constraints. But which is probably an option. Actually, I didn't even think about that. But get a new radiator, or just deal with it and make the coupling, cross over both top and bottom hoses. Or if I get another thicker radiator that's the original Corolla one, but the aluminum, racing radiator, I'll end up having to move it forward on the car a little bit more, because obviously it's going to be a lot thicker. Which is no problem. I already cut some of the car. I already cut the whole middle bar, so I'm not too worried about it. I don't really want to cut it. Right now, like I said, I looked at that and I was kind of happy that it's actually in the original mounting holes right there and everything, and it's got plenty of space, and it has a fan on it and everything. So if I make a small fan shroud and put a high powered fan in it, I think it should work just fine. So we'll see. I just threw it on there earlier just to see, just to mock it up really, and I actually ended up it's on point now. So you see, I did the little jig right there for the turbo, and all I gotta do is actually I bolted on the flange, the T3 flange. I'm gonna end up having to take it back out. I'm gonna make the collector first, and then put it back on, and then and start mocking up the exhaust, the turbo manifold and everything, see how I could get that routed there and make it look nice. But that's it. And I brought the wheel out here. I think it looks pretty nice. A lot of people like, that's one guy so far was like, that's too much of a stretch on the tire, I like it. I love this look. I don't think it's too much. Plus, and then in the front, that's only in the back. In the front, I got the same width tire, but it's an inch narrower wheel, so it'll look even better, I think. Whatever. But yeah, getting stuff done. Customer came by and spent a couple hours, 2-3 hours here, man, just talking and about business and a whole bunch of other stuff. So he's down for me to redo his whole header. About the only thing I'm going to reuse from his old one is the flange and that collector right there. The collector is actually about the only thing on that header that was, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know everything that was going on. It might have had something hanging from it, but might have not been supported right, or might just not be a good quality header. The flange doesn't really look that great a quality. Try to probably convince him to do a brand new flange, a nicer flange. But yeah, if he can't do it for the price I gave him, he should be able to afford a flange, and then I'll just reuse that collector. And then it's going to be funky. It's going to be something different that nobody has. Nobody can say they have it, because it's just going to be a one-off. All custom done exhaust. All stainless steel. So, yeah, that's it. That's about the only thing I really got done today. Kind of started late. I was running around doing stuff. Had a customer come, or a person come by wanting to buy my truck. I didn't want to really say too much about it because it's still up in the air. You never know. We'll see. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll keep it. I like the truck. So, that being said, I didn't even take pictures. I'll take pictures tomorrow. It's going to be like a super early day. I got to take my son to wrestling. They got a tournament or whatever it is, wrestling match. They got to leave. It's out of town somewhere else, and so it's like they got to be out of here super early. So I got to get myself to sleep. So tomorrow, as soon as I get in here, I'll probably take pictures of the stuff that I did to the Porta band, the little table, maybe finish welding it, and then I'll actually start maybe on that valve cover that's long overdue, and then on this other stuff here. So I'll probably maybe work on it both at the same time. That being said, head over to my Facebook at Unknown Destiny and like the page, or Unknown Destiny Fabrication. That's another page also. You guys could head over there, and also head over to Instagram and follow me at Unknown Destiny. You'll see pictures on the Facebook page. You'll see the shirts. I have some shirts for sale. Pick one up if you want. Let me know how many you want, what size. I'll get them to you. But yeah, that's it. That's it for tonight. That's about it. Yeah, pretty much. Rambling like always. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down and eat something I haven't eaten all day and call it a day. As always, talk to you guys later, and God bless.